Couple of days I've covered TL-LCD fans from Lian Li, and today, since I got comments if there's going to be a solution without the LCD screen, there is, and they were released same day. These are Lian Li Unifan TL standards version, which comes in the same varieties as the TL-LCD. So we have black and white, we have 140 and 120, and we have reversed and regular blade. So it's quite cool to give you guys and everybody else who builds PCs different possibilities to choose from and to manage everything all together. So in those terms, we have exactly the same fan, but without the screen right here in the middle. And when we compare it to the LCD one, you can see logically that the LCD has a bigger middle part here than the TL regular version. And we continue with the whole aesthetic pleasing design when we're talking about the RGB line going around the rubber part that keeps the fan attached to the radiator or to the chassis, which kind of makes a nice connection with the other fan. So it continues, and the rubber part is covering the screw as well as on the TL LCD. The fan, because of it, since it doesn't have the LCD, has a smaller part right here, which creates the blades being much wider, thicker, and longer. That's outstanding. This means only one thing, that the performance is way better than on the TL LCD, but we'll get to that part and I'll compare that so I could give you more insights on that. Now, when we're talking about the visual aspects, when we're talking about the connections, on one side we have the chips where you connect one fan to another, or you connect the cable, and we have these hinges that you use to interlock two fans together, and they can be removed. Now, as you remember from the past fans, these locks can be removed if you need more space for your radiators, for fittings, for I don't know, tubes, or even just for the case. If you decide to place it at the back side of the case, or you just want to have a clean design, it's all up to you to choose. On the other side, we have a connection part where it's covered actually with a plastic bit, so you do have to remove it if you decide to interlock more fans to it, and that's all there is to it. But it's nice to keep the connection part safe and protected. On both sides we have the infinity mirror, so it's kind of TL, but it's more like a SL Infinity in those terms, because we do have the infinity mirror. The RGB lines go straight as it is, and that's it when we're talking about visual aspect. At the back we have Unifan TL and the Lian Li logo, and that's all there is to it. So, as already stated, reverse and regular blades, 140, 120, and black and white. So let's check out some specs. For the 120 regular, we have fluid dynamic bearing, 124 x 120 x 28 millimeters of thickness, and you don't have to worry about the thickness, because as well as the TL-LCD, you can connect these with the regular screws coming from the radiator, because the screws go a bit inside the rubber part, so they act as a standard 25 millimeter, but 28 is the whole thickness of the fan. Then we have rotational speed 0 and 200 to 2600 RPMs. The airflow is 96.1 CFM, static pressure is 3.97 millimeters H2O, and maximum noise level is 33 decibels. When we go to the TL140, the regular version, we have 144 x 140 x 28 millimeters, again fluid dynamic bearing. Rotational speed is 0 and 200 to 1800 RPMs. Airflow is 103.9 CFM, static pressure is 2.34 millimeters H2O, and maximum noise level is 29 decibels. And then we go to the reverse blade of the Unifan TL120. The same dimensions and everything. Rotational speed is a bit different, so 0 and 200 to 2300 RPMs. The airflow is 83.4 CFM, which lowers it down by 13 CFM. And then we have static pressure 2.66 millimeters H2O, which is 1.31 lower. And the maximum noise level is 34 decibel, which is higher by 1 decibel. So you have now all the technical details, right? And it's really easy to interconnect them and all the other stuff. In a single pack, you get two cables actually this time. We have a regular connection that goes from the fan to your hub, to the controller. And then we have another cable that basically acts as a interlock between two fans. For instance, if you desire to place one at the rear and one at the top, or one at the bottom and one at the side, it's all up to you to combine however you wish. Then we have the instruction manual, we have 4 screws for your case mounting, and you get 2 protective films for the infinity mirror. That's it, what you get inside the single box. In the triple box for 120, because 140 doesn't come in a triple pack, triple pack for the 120 comes with 3 120mm Unifan TL, 1 Unifan controller cable P to 7P, 1 extension cable, 1 power adapter cable, 1 plastic cover, 1 fan and LED ARGB TL controller, 1 magnetic adhesive pad, and 12 screws for mounting the fans to the case. So for the radiator mounting, you use the screws that you get with the radiator. So for the Unifan TL, we have 9 blade design, which are made of liquid crystal polymer. And this helps the blades maintain their shape while spinning at high speeds and allowing the fan blades to extend closer to the fan frame. So it's 0.65 millimeters plus minus 0.1 for the TL120 and 1 millimeter plus minus 0.1 millimeter for the TL140. And this helps, the strong material helps eliminate unwanted vibrations. Now the cables that I showed you, you can connect on both ends, and this is really cool. The TL cluster to controller cable can be connected to either side of the fan, and the cable features male and female connections, so you don't have to turn your cluster around to have the cleanest cable routing, which is really good this time. As I mentioned in the TL LCD video, you can connect up to 10 fans, 10 Unifan TL on the controller on a single port, which means, and this brings us to this point, you can pack the O11D Evo with 10 fans with a single cable, and that's outstanding because it kind of makes it easier to cable manage everything. Now they also advise connecting the SATA cable at the other end of the daisy chain to provide enough power for the LEDs. The maximum of 10 fan can be supported per controller, so you do have to take that into consideration. The same thing as Unifan TL LCD, the Unifan TL have each fan features 26 LEDs, 13 per light zone. Now everything else is basically the same, but when we access the L-Connect control, you again have the fan hub ports, fan lighting page, fan speed page, quick access to the fan speed profiles, LED zone selection, lighting effects drop-down menu, which you can go really insane with the presets. To manually adjust group fan quantity and orientation, you have to go to the settings page. You have the quick view also, and apply either single or apply to all. It all depends on your needs and desires. Dual LED zone lighting effects. So you have 14 lighting effects, the same as on the TL LCD. Single LED zone lighting effects, you can go up to 21 lighting effects, and can be applied to the top and the bottom LED zone independently. And you can also synchronize top and bottom LED to start stop at the same time. Fan speed profile page, you can go up to 4 custom profiles. You can toggle for 0 RPMs, and fan speed can be set accordingly to your CPU or GPU temperature. You again have the quick view. You have the possibility to switch between the curve or linear value. The value can be entered manually or by sliding the curve marker. It all depends on your preferences, of course. And then finally we have the apply and apply to all possibilities. Then we go to the controller settings. You have fan type and controller number. You have the possibility to customize the group names. You have controller port number. You can also set back the defaults and adjust the group orientation. So it really gives you loads of options to do everything in the L-Connect software and to basically adjust the fans to your liking and to your needs. When we take into consideration the specifications and everything that you need to know about the fans, including TL and TL-LCD, I got a comment on the TL-LCD video where is there a possibility that they sacrifice performance for the LCD? Actually, not drastically or not whatsoever, because the TL-LCD has, on some segments, for instance, the air pressure is higher than on the SL120V2, while the airflow is a bit lower and the acoustical noise is better. And for these ones which have much better specs than the TL-LCD, well, because they have much more space for the blades, they are even better. So what you can expect is better air pressure, better airflow, and well, basically the decibel noise is a bit higher if you go to the maximum, but if you find that sweet spot where you want to have a performance and great, let's say, throughput of the air through the radiator, through the chassis, you'll be quite satisfied with the decibel noise as well. So yeah, this is quite interesting combination of the fans, and I do have to say the effects on these ones are outstanding. And you saw that from the close-ups going throughout all those 14 presses that you can get, or individual 21 if you go with the top and bottom zone. It's all up to you to decide on how you're going to configure, or just go with the, I don't know, single static. That's what I would do. That's me personally. But let's take into consideration that Unifan SL Infinity has the middle part right here with the Infinity mirror, right? So these fans don't have that, unfortunately, but they do have the Infinity right here on the sides. So if you decide to swap from SL Infinity to these ones, you won't regret it, because these ones are with the performance much better. So yeah, it's quite cool to have variety of possibilities for you guys to choose. Of course, I know it goes in a long way where they are producing so much cool products, and immediately when you buy something, there's something new pops up. But I have no words for this. It's honestly something that you either buy and stick with it, or if you're an enthusiast and you have the possibility, you'll be upgrading constantly. So yeah, but it's good thing that Lian Li is constantly doing something new, innovative, and well, what to say? Yeah, these fans actually PC Crazy approved badge. I'm not taking into consideration the price, even though I should, and that's something else to consider. But taking into consideration the specs and comparing to other fans which can compete with these ones, not all, of course, but mainly what I encountered currently on this in this year, these ones really take the win. So PC Crazy approved badge for the Lian Li Unifan TL fans, 120, 140, reverse, single, black, white. It's all up to you to decide. And of course, as I did for the TL LCD, I'll do the same here for these ones. I'll place the links for each and every combination that you can imagine in the description, so you don't have to search everything through the websites, internet web shops, or whatever. You'll just go down in the description, find the fan combination or whatever that you want, and just go straight to the web shop. That's it, guys. Hope it helps you. And if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, and click the notification bell. And I'll see you very soon, where I actually place these fans in a build. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.